Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to spend some time with you ladies today. I think the silver lining I will take over the last, 4 years, understanding obviously that Vote Run Lead is not partisan, but I am also a Republican that is a little unhappy with my own party, is the community of women, I think, is just incredible. And it's what gives me kind of hope and the energy and the power to continue pushing. And Anathea, I think that the comment about you can't afford to opt out is really this other huge takeaway, I think, from this election cycle in particular. I come from a very political family, and I have always voted in every single election that I have the opportunity to vote in. It is a privilege. That is huge. And I think this myth that like your vote doesn't count is something that I think we've seen disproved in this particular election cycle. And I'm really hopeful that it encourages people to really lean into the fact that voting is really important. You want to be represented in your government at all levels, state, local, federal. In terms of Republican Women for Progress, so we are an organization that believes that our party needs to have more women at the table. I think it's incredibly important to have, as I said, a government that represents you and that looks like you. And the Republican Party for a little while now has not really represented the diversity of this country, whether that's gender, ethnicity, race. It doesn't look like the country that we live in. And so Republican Women for Progress is committed to building and supporting a pipeline of Republican women to run for office at all levels. One of the things we're most proud about is the fact that a lot of the candidates that we work with, because we really lean into training and kind of hands-on just help wherever we can, is a lot of our candidates are women of color. A lot of them are first-generation Americans. And I think it really goes to demonstrate the fact that what you see at the federal level is not representative of kind of the broad base and coalition of what Republicans can be. And our goal is really to build that pipeline and to support women because they bring in such different ideas and such different, perspectives and manners of addressing problems. And that's something that I think is really missing from kind of the public perception of who we are. We do like to say we're about 20 years behind the Democrats in terms of building the infrastructure externally to support more women running for office on the Republican side. But we're hoping to get there. And I think, when I look at our women to watch list, it's really incredible to me to see all of these women who in a very polarized time are still comfortable kind of coming out as women of color, as Republicans saying, I don't subscribe to these beliefs, but these are the Republican beliefs that I do think we can put to work for better outcomes for my community and for the people that I want to represent.